There are, in those modern times, many seekers of truth are born. It's a special category of people born in these modern times. Perhaps we are not aware that in every country, lot of people are born with the seeking. They are a special category which sees beyond, tries to find something beyond what they can perceive through their sense organs. The truth as we see is through our sense organs. For example, something we see as white, we call it white. Something we feel cool, we call it cool. Something as hot. Means whatever we perceive through our sense organs and whatever is communicated to us through our central nervous system, we accept as truth, and we should accept that only as truth. And not something that is told to us, not something that we have read in the books, not something that we can project our mind to and can think about. That doesn't mean that I deny any one of the scriptures. That doesn't mean that I deny anything that you have known so far. But to begin with, let us start from a scratch, as they call it, or on a clean slate. Let us see what is the truth. Now, in every religion, truth has been described, as I can see it. Everybody cannot see it. That's why this problem. That's why fanaticism. That's why this blindness. That's why there are these blind alleys where you end up arguing things. So there must be something that is missing within us that we have not been able to really relate truth to our central nervous system. And what is that missing within us? We should try to find out. In all humility, we should know that there must be something within us that we have been arguing about so many things. We have been talking about so many things, reading so many books, going into all kinds of funny experiences, right from alcohol to other drugs and gurus and this and that. But still, we have not felt anything on our central nervous system. Secondly, that we have no control over that truth so far. So what is the reason? Is it that something missing in the human awareness? Is it that we are lacking something in our human awareness? All the books, all the scriptures, which are true scriptures, have said one thing, that to know the truth, you are to be born again. That's not only in the Bible. Say, if you take Patanjali, which is a very ancient book, it's not that the Patanjali asked you to stand on your heads is wrong. It's just a wee bit out of. But what Patanjali has written is that you have to achieve the truth on your central nervous system through your Atma Sakshatkar. The word is different, meaning the experience of your spirit. Now, English language has an advantage and a disadvantage. That the spirit could be the Atma, the spirit could be an alcohol, or spirit could be a dead body. But it could be a disadvantage, because it is not so. There are three separate things, absolutely opposite each other. So the Atma, the spirit, has to be found out, is said even by Muhammad Sahib. He said you have to become the Pir. Is said by Zoroaster. Is said by Lao Tse. Is also said by Zen. Buddha has said it, Mahavira has said it. Every one of them have said it, So many religions have started in the name of God without going to the truth that you have to be born again. Now, you have to be born again does not mean that you certify yourself, I am born again. Self-certificate, we can go ahead, I am a born again, but you don't become. What is so special if you are born again? What should be so? The human awareness at this level is just ready to be born again. As in Sanskrit, the word for a bird is dvijaha, means born again. And also for a Brahmin who is born again. But those who call themselves Brahmins are not Brahmins. They just call themselves Brahmins. Have they come to know the Brahma, the all-pervading power of God? Those who say that they are born again should feel the all-pervading power of God around them. If they cannot feel it, they are not born again. So all this self-certificate and deception, self-deception and deception of others is just a money-making process. So the truth has to be achieved through your evolutionary process, which is a living process. Again, we must understand living process. Not through just talking, mental projection, sitting down here we talk about it, or by giving you some courses, or taking some money from you. You cannot get it. It's a state in a living growth that proves that it is a living thing. Means the state of our awareness has to be higher than what it is. If our state cannot rise, then it is not of any use. Like a seed becomes the roots, then the bark, the leaves, the flowers, and the fruit. Different states. In the same way, a living religion must give you a different state, and that living religion is within ourselves. Everyone has that. When we go against that living religion within us, we go into imbalances. But even today, people can ask, why the religion? Why should we have a balance? What is the need? Let's go into imbalances. It's a quite logical question. People can ask, why the religion? Why have the religion in the stomach even for what? So what is the religion? We come to that point, is that religion is the valency of human beings. Just like carbon has 4 valencies, human beings have 10 valencies which matter does not have. Animals have 9 while the human beings have 10 valencies. And when these 10 valencies go out of balance, then they go out of the quality of a human being. But still one can ask, why should we have those 10 valencies? Because you have to ascend. Because in the evolutionary process you have to ascend, and you can never be satisfied with yourself unless and until you have achieved it. Especially the seekers. That's why I say they are a special category. Because in this special category, men of God will have to become prophets, and they will have powers to make others prophet, said by William Blake. In your great country, William Blake has said this. When is that going to happen? Has to happen today, tonight. But there are barriers within us, built in. Not because of anything else, but only because we have been seekers. We have been going to various routes of seeking whatever suited us, wherever we went to, we have tried to find something. And we have injured ourselves within ourselves sometimes. We have built up certain barriers. Now, when you become the prophet, you actually become your own master. You become a free person. You have to be a free person. So far you are not. You cannot overcome your own weaknesses, your own temptations, infatuations, emotional problems, mental worries. Why? Because you are still standing in the waves of this turmoil, this troubled area where you just see the waves all the time and you are frightened of getting drowned. But if you somehow or other get out of it and get into the boat of your own being, then you enjoy, you become the witness, the Sakshi. Even to understand the scriptures, you have to be a free person, which you are not. You have to be your own master. For that, you cannot pay. I am too free that I cannot accept anything. To get your freedom of spirit, you can't pay because money is binding. Money has no value in the divine field. Nothing can bring forth this but your own ascent. And how do we ascend? Is there anything built within us? So whatever I am telling you today is the knowledge of the roots. What we see is the knowledge of the tree. We see it from outside. We see a leaf from outside. If you have to treat the leaf, we have to go to the roots. But from outside, when we see the tree, we are still outside the tree. When you have to treat the leaf, you have to go to the roots. If you pluck out the leaf, it is dead. Then you put it under the microscope, you can go on seeing cells. After that you can see the nucleus, you can go on analyzing it, making it dead and dead. But to treat it, you have to go to the roots. And this knowledge of roots, we have to know. There's nothing wrong in knowing something new. These are not new ideas. These are ancient ideas, very ancient ideas. In the Bible, it is described as the Holy Ghost. One priest was asked, I saw on the television, a very high-ranking priest, what do you know about Holy Ghost? He said, I am agnostic. So then they said, then what are you doing here? He said, I am doing my job. If that is the attitude towards God, towards your inner knowledge, then you can never reach there as you cannot reach the tree through the leaf. You have to go to the roots. This has been available only to seers, like we can say William Blake, like we had many in other countries, but they did not talk about it because perhaps that was not the time for people to know. But in many languages, it is described. Now, the roots within us, if you can see this, are placed in this manner. When I went to America, the Jungian Society invited me to talk to them about the unconscious. I had never read Jung, though I knew he was a realized soul. At least he got his realization at the later time. So I said, all right, let me have one book. let me see what is he saying about, you see. And as I opened the book, I saw a diagram, what he had drawn of a human being. And I said, that's the mistake. Because he saw human beings from outside. And he described them in layers. Like, first he says, is the unconscious that cannot be expressed, manifested. Then the unconscious that can be manifested. Then he says above that is the subconscious. And then he says is above that is the conscious mind. Then above that is the ego. Like layers, one after another. Now when you are sitting here, though you are in layers, the path is laid down vertically. In the same way, within us, God being the greatest organizer, He has not made us into layers, but what He has made us in a parallel way, as you can see there very clearly. Left side and right side. Left side and right side. The central path. 3 paths He has made within us for our evolutionary process. The central path works out our evolution. The left side gives us the desire, and the right side gives us the power of action. These are just the principles I'm telling you, but you can understand slowly when you grow all the details about it. The central path of evolution has brought you today to this level of human awareness. Now beyond that is a very short ascent which you have to achieve, by which you become the spirit. But there has to be some living process for this to happen. And what is that living process built within us? Is the reflection of the Holy Ghost within us in the triangular bone, which is called as Kundalini in Sanskrit language. This exists within us, and you can see with your naked eyes sometimes in some people where there is an obstruction in the higher centers, it starts pulsating. And when it ascends, you can also see it clearly in some people when it is obstructed. Or through your stethoscope you can feel the percussion, which we call as anahat, up to the top of the head here, where it pulsates and then it breaks. When this breaks, the pulsation stops, and you start feeling the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost coming out of your fontanelle bone area. This is the happening and not the truth. In the sense that the happening takes place so that you get connected with the truth. So the connection takes place and you start feeling on your fingertips the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost which surrounds you. Actually you start feeling it. But then, as the rational mind says, so what? Now we are feeling the cool breeze, so what? Then one should know that when we have eyes, we start seeing. When we have ears, we start hearing. So now we have got new awareness. What is this awareness? This is the awareness of collective consciousness. That you become, again I say you become. You are not just certified, but you become. It's a question of becoming. That you become collectively conscious. That on your central nervous system you can feel another person. You can feel yourself. You can feel your centers which are shown here. You can feel the centers of others on your fingertips. And the best on this is Muhammad Sahib, I would say, because it's written clearly at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak. But who talks about the resurrection? In nowhere people talk about it. They talk about the doomsday because they can frighten people of the doomsday first and take advantage of it and make money out of it. God who has created this universe, if He is love, do you think He'll destroy this great creation of His without giving us the fruit, without letting us to know the fruit of His creation? He is the wisest of wise, the greatest compassionate source of love. How could He allow this universe to be destroyed, especially this earth, which is a special present from Him? So don't believe in all these stupid ideas of destruction and the last complete devastation. Still lot of time. Let's first enjoy the blessings of the divine for which He has created you. So the experience of truth has to be felt on the central nervous system. The problem is not that you will not feel, you will feel it. But as you know, the experience is very slow in the Western countries. I'm sorry, not that you are anyway less seekers. You are very great seeker. I would say you are greater seekers than Indians are, much greater seekers. Indians have still to cross lot of steps to come up to your level, no doubt. But while coming up to this level, you have gathered lot of problems around. And that's why the seeking is sometimes takes time to express itself as a fruitful gain of self-realization. So you will get your realization, no doubt. But again the Kundalini goes down. I must tell you very frankly, because I cannot be dishonest with you. But it can be brought up by you, by understanding how to work it out, by cooperating with yourself, by understanding yourself that you are the temple of God and that you have to work it out with respect to yourself. And you have to give some time. I mean, in Caxton Hall, you must have seen, I had thousands of people coming to me. I have been working in this England for 12 years now. 12 years is the last year now. There's a special reason for that. But what I find, people get their realization and then get lost. Then when they have some disease or something, they'll telephone to me, Mother, now I am in the lunatic asylum, or I am suffering from cancer. Now that's happening to me. Can you help me? It's too far gone a case. But if you know how to handle your roots, how to nourish it, how to look after it, then you flower out, you bear fruits, and by your fruits people know what you are. Then you become trees, giant trees, like Bodhi trees. And many who come under such trees get realization. English are great people, no doubt. They are placed in a country which is the heart of the universe. You are very important. I have given the maximum time to England. You will be amazed, maximum time. But the Sahajogis who are not in England have grown much faster than in England. The reason is, it's like the foundation that always gets damp here. You have to again puncture something inside the foundation, remove the dampness, again it gets damp. Rather difficult. But once they are settled, you will be circulating the divine interpretation, the divine experience of truth all over the world. You are at the heart point, and this is what you have to do. We cannot be mediocres in Sahaja Yoga. There is no compromise with yourself. You become so powerful that you don't compromise also. You can just get out of everything in no time. But you must accept yourself, first of all, have faith in yourself. Once upon a time, the English had too much faith in themselves. I mean, extraordinarily powerful people. Now they're the other way round. They have no faith. You see, now the sap has come, as if the dampness has come. Oh, we are good for nothing. This is the second phase that I find in this country. It's complete lethargy. Oh, what can happen? Let us be destroyed, Mother Earth. That's the best for us. Completely reconciled to our doom. And I look at them with great hope. They have to circulate. They are the cells who are lying in the heart, who have to pump the heart. Now what am I to do? So I have to make a humble request with you, that I know experience of Sahaja Yoga is slow, but very steady. And I'm sure that today I have got people who are of rare quality of courage and assiduity, which was the English character once upon a time. And that they will take it up seriously, their ascent and ascent of the whole world. We'll be having about 3 more lectures, and there I'll be telling you more elaborately about Kundalini and the chakras, and about all this knowledge. All this knowledge is available to you now, because it's time for you to know all the secrets. Some newspaper people ask me, Mother, have you got your disciples all very great scholars? I said, no, they are very ordinary people. Some may be who are more difficult. But mostly they are very normal, ordinary people. Simple people. But what makes you think that way? They said they are so scholarly, they know so much. Because you become the knowledge. So truth is the knowledge. The rest of it is all mythical. Is mythical. What do we know about things is all mythical, because whatever we see from outside is outside. Like I would say, we appreciate Mona Lisa. We appreciate the miracles, as we say, the great miracles that human beings have created. Why? Why do we call them miracles? Sometimes we think that maybe because it's a very miraculous task they have done. Mentally we think. But actually it is not so. Because they have vibrations. They have divine vibrations. They emit vibrations. And they appeal to you because in your heart lies that spirit which is the universal being and which gives that feeling of bewilderment when you see these great miracles that human beings have created. At least I have seen 6 of them, and all of them have tremendous vibrations. But unless and until you become a realized soul, how will you know? Now this is the only gap. And to become the realized soul, you have to have the ascent of the Kundalini and the proper state of that Kundalini to remain there. And that's the point where I find we lack in efforts. Lack in courage, in patience. So again and again I request you that don't be superficial. Let Americans be superficial. You better not be. You be solid people. Serious. Take it up seriously because you are going to lead the Europeans, the Americans, even the Greeks, even the Italians. The problem is the horse is behind the cart, sitting lethargically. Now what am I to do to the horse that you get up now? Because of you the cart is not moving. That's why I make a very, very special request to you all that we must decide that if we get our realization, we'll establish ourselves into Sergio, for which you don't have to pay, there's no membership, there's no organization, nothing. I have nothing to take from. You can't give me. So I hope today many who are new will get their realization and establish themselves and will not forget it because in the beginning the experience is very great. You feel as if you are coming out of a pub. I don't know what that experience is. Must be terrific. Because I see so many people coming and falling down and again so many going in. So I used to wonder, how is it? Must be some memory of something great, must be there. So, by God's grace, you all should get your realization. And I would like to have some questions. But in that, I would like to say that there are people I know, we had before also belonged to some gurus or something, paid by some gurus and come to, because you see they feel, the gurus are feeling that I'm in a way attacking them. In a way they feel that way because I say you cannot pay. So all their profession is finished, you see. So they get angry with me for that. So they might be saying that you go and attack her and all sorts of things, you know. And there could be some people who are aggressive because of other problems of ego or something. So you need not be aggressive. I have come here to give you what you have. And you need not be also docile about it or slavish. I have come here to give you or tell you what is freedom. Now you may also say, which is very common question arising in your mind and justifiable, that why should I do it? Now that's the miserable part of it, that I have to do it. I wish you could do it, but you can't. That's the trouble is. And if I have to do it, I don't hurt your ego. No, I don't want to hurt you. See, this is something people don't understand, that why should I do it? You can do it also, but first I'll have to take you little bit ahead. Your awareness has to grow a little more, and then you can do it your own. But first, definitely, I have to do that, which is a headache. I tell you, it makes me also a miserable person because, you know, this is something, a thankless job of a mother. I have to do it. Maybe I'm paid for it somehow. I don't know whichever way it is. But you shouldn't feel hurt about it. It's a crucifixion, I tell you. It's not easy. It's a very difficult task. It's like mountains sometimes. The Kundalini is just, embedded. Poor thing sometimes so hurt, so wounded, that to raise that wounded Kundalini itself takes such a lot of effort. one has to do it. And I knew I have to do it. When you will know what it is, you will not be angry with me, but you will understand the task ahead of us. All of us. All of us have to do it. May God bless you. Now, as this is the first program, I would like to have questions, but sensible questions which will help everyone to ascend. It should not be dog in the manger policy, that you don't want to ascend, all right, goodbye. We cannot force. Actually, we cannot force it. It has to be asked for, otherwise I cannot do it. You have to knock at the door. Otherwise, door cannot be opened. So those who do not want it should not bother to ask me questions. I have seen mostly the people who ask me the questions are the first to go away. So this is not meant for such people. I mean, for that you can join, say, minor strike or something like that. But this is not the place for such people who want to fight it out. It is something that's so beautiful, that is your own, which has to be opened out. So you can ask me questions, it will be a good idea. Thank you very much. That doesn't mean you should not ask me questions. You shouldn't be frightened. You should ask. You must. No questions at all? Now, I'll ask one question. How many are new people to Sahaja Yoga? Absolutely new. Please raise your hands, please. Can I request you to come in the front 2 rows? All of you. Please, if you don't mind. Will be better idea, because I want to look after you. Please. Front 2 rows you can occupy. Front rows you can occupy. Please. Is there any other seat for this gentleman? All right, you can sit next to Gavi. Gavi, just have it there. Now it's a very collective working. Extremely collective. See, like this finger has some pain, so the other hand comes round and presses it and puts it right. All right? So we are all part and parcel of one being, as you call them. The microcosm and the macrocosm. And only thing, the ones which are awakened will help to awaken the rest of it. That doesn't mean anybody superior or higher or lower. There is no obligation. Like my own finger paining, if I try to rub it, am I doing any, am I obliging that finger? No, I'm not. Because I can't live without that. I can't bear the pain. And this is me, and this is me too. In the same way it works out. So we'll try to work it out. And when it works out, some of the Sahajogis will come and see what the situation is, what are the centers in trouble. Nobody should feel bad about it. With all respect to you, it will be done, so one should not feel bad or sad about it in any way hurt. Why I am saying so? Because you see, sometimes people feel that they are challenged. See, they feel that way. You should not. It's for your good, for your health. So I'm just trying to tell you, as mother would say, that it's all right, you see, and there's nothing wrong. So don't be frightened of anyone, don't be angry with anyone, especially with yourself, don't be angry, and it will all work out. Now another thing I have to request is to take out your shoes, for one reason, that this Mother Earth helps us a lot. And if you take out your shoes, the Mother Earth, you see, earthing, for earthing's sake, is better to take out. Though mostly everything is so much artificial that it's impossible to reach the Mother Earth somehow. All right. Put both the feet straight like this. It helps, that's fine, just to help. And sit in such a way, straight, so that your back is straight. Not too much of a, like this, or forward, or bent, but in a straight way, in a simple manner. Sahaj also means a simple way, spontaneous, as you sit spontaneously. Now, as it is, because your fingertips have 5, 6 and 7 centers which are to be enlightened within yourself, you have to put both your hands just like this. And now close your eyes. You have to close your eyes. Don't open your eyes till I tell you. Because if you open your eyes, the center of Christ won't open. We have to keep our eyes closed. Now we have to cooperate with ourselves. We have to give power to our different centers. With our right hand, which is for our action, and the left hand is for our desire. So keep the left hand all the time on your lap, because the desire is constant. And then we will be going from one center to another with the right hand. On the left hand side, all the centers will be tackling, just to help the ascent of the Kundalini to flow slowly in the central path of our ascent. So the first thing you have to do is to put your hand on your heart, right hand. Left hand constantly towards me like this on your lap, and the right hand on your heart. Place it on your heart, keeping your eyes closed. Now you have to ask me one question. You can address me as Mataji or as Mother, whichever you like. That, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask me the question. You have to ask me the question, which is a fundamental question. Just ask me the question with all sincerity. Mother, am I the spirit? Please keep your eyes shut. Thrice you ask me this fundamental question, Mother, am I the spirit? Which you are. But first you have to ask the question. Now, if you are the spirit, then you become your master. So, without opening your eyes, bring this right hand on the left hand side of your stomach, upper part. This is the center of your mastery, on the left hand side. All the centers are on the left hand side that we are going to work on. Now, at this juncture, you have to ask me another question, saying, Mother, am I my own master? In Hindi, if you have to say, माँ मैं स्वयं का गुरु हूँ. Am I my own master? Now, asking this question thrice, you bring down your hand in the lower part of your abdomen on the left hand side. In the lower part of the abdomen on the left hand side. This is a very important center, because through this center, on the stomach, on the abdomen means the stomach, because here is the knowledge, the root, the center for the root. I should say the knowledge of the root works out through this center. So here you have to ask, Mother, may I have the knowledge of the roots, which is called as Shuddha Vidya in Sanskrit language, the pure knowledge. Mother, may I have the pure knowledge of the roots? This is to be 6 times you have to ask. Without your asking, I cannot force on you. Now, don't feel guilty. That's one thing very wrong with us, is that when we are asking this question, we are feeling guilty. How can I have it? I have done this, I have done that. Forget it. Forget it. First thing you must forget that you are guilty. Please forget it. At this moment, you are seekers. Everything is forgiven. Just respect yourself. That's the chakra I am catching all the time. That's the center I am catching. So don't feel guilty for anything, whatever you have done. Just don't feel guilty. Now ask 6 times. Without feeling guilty, please ask, Mother, may I have the knowledge of the roots, the true knowledge, the pure knowledge. Heart. Now, as you have asked for it, you can assert that put your hand again on the abdomen, on the stomach, on the left hand side in the higher region. On the left hand side in the higher region of your stomach, in the abdomen. Now here, now you assert by saying 10 times, believing in yourself, having faith in yourself and no guilt whatsoever, Mother, I am my own master. Please say it. On the stomach, not on the heart, but on the stomach. Say it 10 times, asserting your right, because you are seekers. Mother, I am my own master. Just say that. Good. Now raise your right hand again on your heart. Now here, without feeling guilty again, absolutely without feeling guilty, I say thrice, without feeling guilty, in full faith in yourself. please say that, Mother, I am the spirit. I am the Atma. Mother, I am the Atma. Please say it 12 times. Why I am saying it? Because these are the sub-chakras that you have, so many numbers. So please say, Mother, I am the spirit, with full faith in yourself, because you are the spirit. मैं आत्मा, माँ मैं आत्मा हूँ. श्री माता जी, मैं आत्मा हूँ. Now don't feel guilty. Please don't feel guilty. Now, if you are the spirit, how can spirit be guilty? Put this right hand on the left side of your neck, at the joint of your neck, of your neck, left side. From the front, just hold the left side of your neck on the shoulder. Just hold it tight. Hold it tight. Now this is like a punishment for feeling guilty. You should feel light and not so serious. Prasanna chitta hona chahiye. Be cheerful. Now, put your hand there, as I find you people are very heavy with that guilt business. It's all nonsense. Now, at this point, say 16 times. As a punishment, you can say 32 times. Mother, I am not guilty. For anything. I mean, the way you feel guilty, as if you have murdered at least 2,000 people. Even a murderer won't feel that guilty as you feel. That's the greatest harm you are doing to yourself. Of what are you feeling guilty? I don't know. That's how we imprison ourselves. Say it 16 times, and if you have the habit, say it 32 times. Could be 108 times for some people. I don't know what gives you ideas of being guilty. All this psychology is a nonsense, which makes you feel guilty for nothing at all. Now we raise our hand on our forehead across. On our forehead across, at this point, is very simple thing you have to say that, Mother, I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone. For which people we say it's very difficult. To say it is not difficult. The rest of it I will see. But you just say it. Because by not forgiving, what are you doing? You are torturing yourself. You are not in any way hurting the person who has hurt you. So what's the use? With full sincerity, you just say that, Mother, I forgive everyone. Just say that, I forgive everyone, everything. The society, the country, the relations, every sort of thing that has given you problems, You just forget it and forgive everyone. It will make you very light, I tell you. Do it sincerely. Unnecessary load we are carrying on our heads of not forgiving. Now, put your hand on top of your head at the fontanelle bone area. You'll find it's rather hot there. On the fontanelle bone area, that is on top of your head, at the epitome, the fontanelle bone area, it is called as the Brahmarandra. This is the hole through which the Kundalini pierces through. So you have to put your hand and press it hard a little. At this point, now, as you have said you forgive everyone, you have to also ask for forgiveness and say, Mother, or to God, that you forgive me if I have done any mistake. But first condition, without feeling guilty. Without feeling guilty, you must say that, please forgive me if I have done anything wrong to myself or to others or against you. Just say that. There's a heat coming out, you can feel it. Press it hard. Rub it a little bit. Now, at this juncture again, you have to ask, again as I say, that you want your realization. I cannot force. You have to say, Mother, please give me my realization. Or, Mother, I want my realization. Whichever way you think proper. You press the head hard and rub it. Rub it in the clockwise manner. Press it hard and rub your scalp. Rub, I would not say, but press it and move your scalp. Say that, Mother, please give me my realization. Say it 7 times. Tremendous heat is coming out. Now, put your both the hands towards me like this. Don't open your eyes now. Now, with the left hand, you can feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. Just see. Put your hand, left hand to feel it on top of your head. See if there's a cool breeze. Left hand. Right hand towards me. Put it higher, about say 3-4 inches higher, and see if there's a cool breeze coming in. Thoda uncha uthaiye. Little higher. See now. Move it and see if there's a cool breeze coming out. Now put your left hand towards me and see with the right hand if there's a cool breeze coming out. Again, do it with the left hand and see if there's a cool breeze coming out. You just see yourself, you judge yourself. On top of your head. Put it on top of your head and put the left hand towards me or right hand towards me. And alternately you see if there's a cool breeze coming out. Put both the legs straight on the, not parallel, and the feet on the ground and see if there's a cool breeze coming out. Is it coming? All right, it will come. Don't you worry. It will come. Again, try. So yogis should raise their own kundalini, so these kundalinis will rise. And tie it up yourself, so that they are kundalini. Now, you go on alternately seeing. If you are getting the cool breeze, then you put down your hands. Are you getting? Yes. Have faith in yourself. You'll get more. Everybody will get it. Sometimes it comes like a blast. It should not be a blast, otherwise you'll be frightened. You see, let it be slowly. जो देख रहे हैं अभी उनको देखना चाहिए, किसी को बुला लो, 2-4 लोग, 3-4 आदमी जिनके नहीं आ रहा शायद. You can come few people to see. 3-4 persons are not getting, you just see them. Come in, can you get some people just to feel that? Can you see in front of you if they are getting or not cool breeze? Just feel it. All right? This lady? All right, you don't worry, you put down your hands and they will see. आ रहे हैं ठंडक. हिंदुस्तानी जल्दी तो पार होते हैं पर सहयोग में नहीं जमते. एक बात है, जमना पड़ता है सहयोग में. यहाँ पे नहीं जमते, इंडिया में जमते हैं, यहाँ पर जमते नहीं है. इसी got it? Aiza? All right? Doesn't matter. All right, just watch me. Put your both the hands, all right? To work out. About him? He should get it. It's quite normal. Are you feeling little bit? All right, raise his kundalini, little bit. Gavi, ask someone else to join. They are all realized souls sitting behind you. And you are also now. So many of you. But this gentleman here hasn't got it. Come along. Some ladies can attend to ladies. Still, Agya is too much, left Agya is. I think give a bandhan to the left Agya. All of you. At the back. Gavin, can you put the light at the back of my left Agya? Maybe that's it. Left Agya is quite a lot. Better now. Left Agya is the problem and left heart. Give bandhan to the left heart also. This gentleman here. Can grab somebody? See this one, this lady, this gentleman. Can you come? Come along. See this lady, has she got it? This one. Put your hands still. She should feel. And you'll feel very relaxed. There's no thought in the mind. If you see your mind, there's no thought. But this is just the beginning of it. Are you हाथ में ठंडा? Have you got this gentleman? He's all right. Now close your eyes and see if they are. इनको देखो, ये दूसरा नंबर योगा से नंबर 2 को देखो. देखो, yeah. Eyes are please close your eyes. Let me see. Are you back? How are you? Oh, so nice to see you. Oh, may God bless you. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Are you all right? Look at that. May God bless you. Can you believe it? Oh. It's unbelievable. Not yet? It's all right. In the hands, is he feeling? Just rub your hands a little bit. Give the little lot of water in the hands like this, pour it, because you see what's happening is there's too much heat on the right hand side. Just put it in the hand and let them rub a little bit. Better now? Everyone you can give a little. Just rub it hard, on the fingertips especially. See now. You may blow it also. Very hot. All right? Graham, what do you say? Huh? Hands, I'm sending some water for them. Now better. All right? See now. Is it cool? All right? Good. All right. लग रहा है ठंडक हाथ में? रखिए ऐसे हाथ. आ रही ठंडक? Now, don't think and close your eyes. Don't think. You are beyond thinking. Keep that state. Put some water for her. Ram, ask her to put some liver. This boy, is he all right? Left side, I know. Put right to the left. If the left side is catching, you must put right to the left. The left side is catching, put left to the right. I think you all put yourself into bandhan, first of all. All right. Now better. See now? The flow is better now. All right? Yeah. इनको देखिए, ये जो साहब बैठे. नहीं आ रहा. लिवर पे रखी रही. लेफ्ट हैंड लिवर पे रखा है. लेफ्ट साइड में. हाँ, जरा लिवर की पकड़. हाँ, अब देखिए. हाँ, आंख बंद करिए. चित्त यहाँ रखिए. हाँ, where is the water bottle? She's gone. She's bringing it. हाँ. Good. All right. It's all right. Let me have a look in the heart. It's quite hot, very hot.
It's difficult to get the fresh air here.
Huh?
So there's no window, so it's difficult to get
Is
the
it?
fresh air.
Because of that? Maybe. It's all right. Yes, thank you. It's all right. We'll keep it here. हाँ. कूलर ना ठंडक आ गई. इस कूलर ना Better? Cooler? Done. Good. Done. How are you, David? Are you all right? David Baxter? All right. She's all right. She's all right. Just an Ekadasha a little bit. You put your hand towards the Ekadasha. Derek, what do you say about him? He has got a Hamsa chakra. Tell him to put his attention here. You have sinus trouble? Ask him. No? Pranayama he must have done. Ask. Looks like that. It's catching on that. Your sinus? Then Hamsa is the one that is catching. Just at the Hamsa the Kundalini has gone. Tell him to put attention on the, and now put your finger on the Hamsa. She's all right, is she, this lady? Matthew? Now it's rising. All of you feel it, it's rising now in your backs. Now, greater force has started. Now, see now. See now, it's greater. You'll find the greater force coming up. आ रहा है हाथ में? आपके आ रहा है? ठंडा आ रहा है? अच्छा लग रहा है? फिर रिलैक्स्ड. प्रसन्न रहना. प्रसन्न जी. Be cheerful. ठीक है, आ गया ना? How does it make?
It's not feeling.
On the head? I will just add that because Vishuddhi is also catching, so both things. What do you say? Is he all right? Left-sided, wait, left-sided. Which is right to the left, very left-sided gently. Very emotional, is he? Put him right to the left, right to the left, right to the left. Now is all right? Has he been to some guru or something? Left Agya. Put your hand on your heart. Just say, Mother, I am the spirit. Just assert it fully. Now, just see on the head. How is he, Derek? Better now. It's now on the Ekadasha. Say the mantra of Ekadasha. Now better. More right-sided. Put his left to the right. More right-sided, left to the right. Raise left to the right. No, it's all right now. What work you do? Some physical? That's why. Left to the right. Left to the right. No, left to the right. From left to the right. No, the other way around. It's all right. Because you do physical work too much, that's why. Now it's better. Is he all right? Ekadasha. Now, it has lifted. Move on his head 3.5 times, bring it up. No, the other way round, clockwise. Yes. Is he all right now? Vale? Agya? Hamsa? Agya, is it? Ask him to forgive. Put his left to the right. No, left to the right. हाँ हो गए आ रहा है हाथ आपको आ रहा है हाथ में is he getting in the hands? Good. Now don't think about it. Just don't think. That's one of the mantras. First of all is don't think. Become relaxed. Just don't think. Nirvichar. That is the first state. Is he feeling any cool breeze? What is he feeling?
His feeling is coming in the hands now.
Good. But in the head, no.
It's cool down.
Good. He's all right. It's good. Put it on top of his head, like that. Have you seen all of them, one by one? ये हो गए दोनों? What about him? Is he all right? See all of them. Who are not feeling the cool breeze in the hands and in the head, please raise your hands so we'll see them. Be honest about it. What's he saying? He's not feeling? On the head. On the head you are not feeling? What's he saying? Not feeling in the head, neither in the hand.
In the hands, yeah.
He's all right. Not. You have to have faith in me also, isn't it? Little bit. Otherwise, you'll not feel in the head. Better now.
Very emotional.
Very emotional. He's getting it very much. It's good. बड़े जोरों में आ रहा है. बस उठाइए आप मजे करिए. हो गया. जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पायो. What about this lady?
Still, her hands are still
She's got it? Huh?
being quite warm.
Warm. Where? She's feeling there? Ask her to put her left hand there. She'll be all right. There's one gentleman who hasn't felt it there. There's a lady here. Just see. What is she saying? Doesn't feel? Let's see her. What is catching? Left Vishuddhi? Not to feel guilty. That's what. Tell them. There's no harm. Say that I'm not guilty. Now put your hand there. Just say I'm not feeling guilty. I'm not guilty. Not feeling, but I'm not guilty. And now what about this gentleman? No? No? You got it.